welcome to Talk Hospitality. I'm your host, Victoria Magiacomo, today, and with me, back in the studio, Maria Jacobo from Rhode Island Hospitality. Welcome back, Maria.
Back again.
I know.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And the reason Maria is our co-host today is because we have a very special guest with us.
Very special guest.
Close to Maria,
Very.
Chef Santos from Davies. Welcome, Chef. We're glad to have you today.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
I thought we were going to do like a little round of applause, drum roll.
That's on you. That's on you to do that.
I missed my cue. Well, cue the fireworks because it's Chef Santos here with us today.
I know, and you got to tell everybody why it's such an important day for you to be here with him.
As a former student of Chef Santos, it is honestly, like, no joke, an honor to be sitting next to you and to think back to my high school years and to think that because of you and you being my teacher, right, and my instructor, like, I wouldn't be where I am today if it weren't for you. So thank you.
Thank you.
So Santos, we'd like to get started kind of on your background. So are you originally from Rhode Island? Were you born in Rhode Island, grow up?
I was born in Louisiana. My dad was in the military. Soon after I was born, we moved to Puerto Rico. And I was raised in Puerto Rico until I was 19 years old.
Oh, wow.
I went to regular high school, typical kid. When I graduated from high school, I needed to go to college, and my dad told me, either you go to college or you work in the farm. And I'm like, I don't like the farm.
Yeah.
So I went to University of Puerto Rico and enrolled into hotel and restaurant management.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Not knowing exactly what I was getting myself into it, but because the island, the industry, the hotels, I figured I'll get a job.
Yeah.
Halfway through my time there, I realized that I'm not such a people's person, and you need that in order to be in this industry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do I do now?
Yeah. Wait, you thought you weren't?
No, as a kid, I was 19. It's
Yeah.
like, I dislike people. What am I doing? But I also was raised that you don't quit. So
Yeah.
I started, I want to finish. And halfway through the program, one of the teachers came down and said, we need help in the convention center for banquet servers.
Okay.
So they gathered a bunch of us students. They give us a quick training of how to serve people because we needed the hands.
Yeah.
And we went with the teacher and helped. And now I know it's typical in our industry that we do that. We bring our students and we teach them as we go along.
Yeah.
So I learned few things, and I guess they like me, and they call me for the next weekend. And after the next weekend, and I started getting into the banquet service work.
Okay.
And the money was pretty good back then. Well, after that, I became one of the normals of going to the convention center and work. Every weekend I had a job, and it was a good pay. But still, I don't know if I like it.
Yeah.
So towards the end of the course, it was about associate degree in restaurant management. There's a cooking class. There was a cooking class at Chef Henry Corona from Spain. We did tomato sauce from scratch. We made a garlic soup.
Garlic soup.
Garlic and bread soup from Spain. And I was so amazed. It's
Yeah.
like, this is great.
Yes.
I think this is what I want to do. So I went home and I told my mom, it's like, Mom, we made this soup at school. And she's like, your grandma made that soup. She's awesome at it. It's like garlic and croutons, and that makes it delicious. So I'm like, I want to become a chef. What do I do now? So the options are you stay in Puerto Rico and work your way up into the hotels through dishwasher, line cook, or you go to Johnson & Wells. So I'm going to Johnson & Wells. Now this is 1989. Oh, sorry, 1989. Way back. I have no clue what Johnson was. But my father used to live in Rhode Island, so he offered to help me in the transition. So I said, okay, we go to Rhode Island. So in 1989, I landed in Rhode Island.
Wow.
And your mom stayed in Puerto Rico?
Yes.
Okay.
And at that point, it's like, now I'm going to go to Johnson & Wells. Well, not so quick, my friend.
No? What happened?
I didn't account for the cost of education.
Yeah.
The cultural shock. I mean, I grew up in Puerto Rico. I the language barrier was there a little bit, but I was willing to face it. But I couldn't just get in at Johnson & Wales, so I started looking for a job. I ended up in Connecticut,
Okay.
working in a restaurant doing dishes from a company, Massachusetts. There was a big company. They got many restaurants, so I sort of like it. I remember the day I walked into that kitchen, I saw the walk-in coolers, and I'm like, wow. And I'm looking at the line, I'm like, I think I landed where I want to be.
Yeah.
And I did dishes, and I tell you that because I was a dishwasher, I'm a better person now.
Yeah.
You learn so much, and people, look down at dishwasher, but it's the most important. It's the most important position in the kitchen.
Yes.
And it makes you a better person. It makes you a better chef. It makes you a better human. So I was there for I don't know, a couple of years in that company. From dishwasher, I went into the line and I started looking at what the cooks were doing. So like, what they take smoke breaks, I used to go and saute some chicken picada, make a sandwich, work in the grill.
Yeah.
And they used to call me, "Hey Junior, come over here." Say, "I need to take a break." "Okay, go ahead. I'll stay here." And slowly, I learned the line. Then I took the position.
Wow.
Cook, broiler. By then, year and a half, I was ready to go to Johnson & Wales.
Okay.
I went to Johnson & Wales. I got a bachelor's degree in culinary arts in 1994. Moved back to Connecticut, worked in a nursing home for a year. And there was an opportunity to come back to Rhode Island as a chef at one of the hotels that Johnson & Wales used to do practicum.
Yeah.
The one in Seacom.
Okay.
Nice.
Around
Yep.
the corner from me.
Yeah.
I was hired as a la carte chef.
Okay.
My dream came true. 1995, I am a chef.
Nice.
Well, yes and
Not
no.
so much.
Not so much. I mean, it was hard, but I was there for 5 years at the Johnson & Wales Inn in Seacon. I did a la carte. I did banquet, and I even had the opportunity to work in the purchasing department, which provided me with a wealth of knowledge. I mean, it wasn't a direct line into becoming a chef. I opened this door, and I get in there. It's like, oh, not for me. They kick me out. Then some doors would open, some would close. It's never a direct line, and that's one of the things that when you're a kid or you're younger, you think that when you go to college and you're going to
Just
become
lines.
this immediately.
Yeah.
No, but that going left and right
Shaped
helped
you.
to shape me into what I am right now. While I was there, part of the benefit is they pay for your education, so I figured to take my master in teaching.
Okay.
Not thinking that I want to teach, but it's free,
Yeah.
and it's one of the benefits. So in 1998, I finished my master, but there weren't that many positions, and that was a good thing too because I wasn't ready to become a teacher.
We're just going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with Chef Santos.
Well, welcome back to Talk Hospitality to me. Today we are here with Chef Santos. Chef Santos, before the break, we were talking a little bit about your education path and to now you have your master's, right? How did that lead into Davies? How did you start at Davies?
Well, that's back in 1998, there were that many opportunities for instructors. There's not that many positions available, which was a good thing because it allowed me to stay in the industry and gain more experience. In 2000, I left Johnson & Wales. Went to Clements Market in Portsmouth, Rhode Island. There's a supermarket with what do you call it? Prepared food department. They went from a small supermarket to something bigger like Davies Market. So I had to buy all the equipment, hire all the staff, do the catering menu, and I was there for over a year. But after a year, they didn't make enough money to keep me, so they had to let me go. However, they immediately transitioned me to Eastside Market. They were friend with the individuals at Eastside Market, which back then in the early 2000s, prepared food, Eastside Market was the top. If you were going to look for prepared foods, it was Eastside Market.
Yeah. It's not like it is nowadays.
Nowadays, you got Dave and you have Whole Foods. Whole Foods was up and coming, but it wasn't there yet. So I learned a lot inside market and prepare foods and the supermarket aspect of it. I was there until 2003. I transitioned to Salve Regina. I became the executive chef at Salve Regina.
Oh, wow.
Loved it.
Wow. Oh, I didn't know that.
I was there. I was there since 2003 to 2009.
Wow.
And the good thing about that job was, first of all, the ride over the bridge was nice,
Mm-hmm.
and the campus is beautiful. But beyond that, we did not only did the regular student dining, but we did a tremendous amount of catering, upscale catering, because the mansions were
Yeah.
Yeah.
At summer times, we were busy doing upscale items in the campus with people that came to visit. So learn a lot. I had to leave because I have a personal situation in my house, so I had to stop working completely in 2009. When I was ready to return to work in 2010, 11, I have the opportunity to get a job as teaching at Job Corps.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And I gotta say, I'm so grateful. It's like this thing happens to me, and I don't know how, but it's now I got the experience, and I landed at Job Corps. And people say Job Corps. It's like it's a great program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
The
is.
kids are there, absolutely amazing students.
Mm.
They have to be redirected. They have some issues in their life, but to me, it was like, wow, this is what I wanted always what I wanted always to do. Is like I want to teach these kids, and they were so nice. And once you win them into your side, they're yours. They will do anything, and they will be very receptive.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so how long were you there for?
Year and a half,
Okay.
and then Davies came along. The
Yeah.
opportunity to get a job at Davies, and the guy that I took the job or that I replaced was there for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Before that, the other chefs had been there for 30 years. Like,
Yeah.
they don't leave.
They don't. Yeah. So it's hard to get in there.
And
So,
I mean, being a teacher, it was like perfect.
Mhm.
And I've been there since 2012. Obviously, you were part of our program, and there was.
We were, well, the class of 2015 was your first class, freshman class. We
So,
were.
I mean, it's been
I
a
mean, I
while.
don't want to break any hearts out there, but I think that the class of 2015 is Chef Santos' favorite class. He's probably not going to agree or say yes, but I feel it in my heart.
I would say it's in the top twos.
Top two?
There you go.
Wow.
Yes.
But it's not number one.
That's okay. It's okay. He's
So-
number one for me.
And that's why I made the opportunity to work with young students,
Mm.
work with food. I mean, you got food, you got students. It's just great.
Mm-hmm.
And many times people say, "Oh, teaching, you got it made. You got summers off and this and that." But if you don't have the heart
Yeah.
to try to understand the young minds, because now I'm not young anymore, so there's no connection, or there's a disconnection, I should say. So if I'm not able to bring that back,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about the time off. It's about having the heart to teach young minds
Yeah.
and understand and listening to them. And many people complain about these young people on the phones doing nothing. They're lazy. It's like my generation is like very good at that. It's like, what are you doing that for?
Mm.
Those young individuals you see in front of you, they are the future.
Mm-hmm.
And my
know.
job is to mold you and help you,
Yeah.
not to criticize you and tell you that you're not good.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So I think that's my teaching philosophy, and I've been carrying that along, and I'm enjoying it so much that it's very natural at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and as a former student, I thank you for creating that safe space for us. I remember as a freshman, once I chose hospitality as my career path, I took a quiz, completely bombed the quiz. And I think I was the only one in the class. And Chef Santos sat with me, and we went through every single question and reviewed that exam. So thank you.
No, you're welcome. But it's not about the grade.
Yeah.
It's not about that letter grade. I wasn't never the smartest kid. As a matter of fact, I'm not. And sometimes students do things, and people go like, "What?" And I was like, "I was worse than that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I done worse,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
academically and socially.
Mm-hmm.
I've done many things that are silly, but that's what kids do, and you have to redirect, and you have to help them to understand that there's a better path.
Mm-hmm.
And if they finish and they stay in the industry, I'll be happy. If they go and do something else, which most of the students, most of the students go and do something else.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The military, they nutrition. I got students that
Yeah.
nutrition,
Mhm.
kinesiology,
Mhm.
you name it. They go and do something. Half of our students do not stay in our industry,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm happy because you have learned basic skills that are transferable for areas in your life.
Right.
Yeah.
So that you're better just because you know how to cook.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
What was your first job? I know you mentioned you did become a dishwasher at one point, but what was your first ever job?
In the industry was a banquet server,
Okay.
and I wasn't
Not
really
in
good
the
at it.
industry? Did you
And
have a job before that?
before that, I delivered flyers. You know the supermarket flyers that they stuff your mailbox,
Yeah.
the junk. In the island, they used to deliver right into the houses or
Okay.
put it next to the mailbox. So going around and delivering that, and also I grew up. It wasn't a farm per se, but we have animals.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So I would say my first job was to slaughter rabbits for sale.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
At what age was that?
I was 14. My dad
Wow.
taught me how to do it. Because the thing is, when you grow up in the farm, you earn respect for the food. You know where it's come from.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think that's my I don't realize that now, but I realize that now. But my foundation is there. It's like I grew up in the farm, and I never went hungry. We weren't rich, but there was always food.
Yeah.
We Saturday morning when everybody goes and clean cars to earn money. 14 years old, you $5 a car. I used to slaughter rabbits, package them, deliver them, and I would earn like $40, much more than cars.
Yeah.
So I went in first for the money, and then it's like, but even though slaughter sounds like grotesque, there was a respect for the food, for the animal.
Mhm.
You're sacrificing for consumption or to earn some cash that's going to provide to your family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was always a tremendous amount of respect for the animals in the farm,
Mhm.
and that's a good foundation, I would think.
That's awesome. Well, we're just going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with Chef Santos.
Right.
Thank you for joining us again. For those of you that are just tuning in, today we are with Chef Santos. Chef Santos, I don't want this interview to end. I don't. I
Okay.
just want to keep talking. I don't want this to end. Let's go back to talking about Davies a little bit, and maybe you could talk to us about Pro Start and what that looks like.
Well, Davies is the first school that adopted the Pro Star curriculum in Rhode Island, and I believe it was 1999.
Mhm.
I wasn't there then, but that's the information I got.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been Pro Star school since then. In 2013, we had the opportunity to compete our first Pro Star competition.
Oh.
After that, we won the state 7 times.
Wow.
7 times?
Yes.
Wait, so 2013 was the first time we won states?
Yes.
And who was on the team? Who was on the team? Chef Santos, give it to me.
He doesn't even remember.
He doesn't even know.
Actually, I forgot their names. I gotta be honest with you.
No, Osiris Hernandez, Kevin Vieira,
Kevin was Kevin.
Joe,
That,
Cecia La Pop.
that wasn't the first.
Oh,
the
it
first
wasn't?
winning team. You guys were the the second winning team.
Okay.
You guys were the second
All
winning
right.
team. Anyways,
Slow your
I'll
roll.
take it, I'll take
I'm
it.
just kidding.
but that competition and competing as a whole and coaching students to compete, although it takes a lot of effort and time,
Mm-hmm.
so rewarding, not only for me, because I sit back and I see you guys going from here to here.
Mhm.
The exponential growing is immense. And I encourage everybody that have the opportunity to compete at Pro Star competitions that they do, because it's not only winning or losing, because even if you lose, you learn.
Mhm.
Yes.
You learn a lot.
Yes.
But we were successful because our students were dedicated to it.
Yeah.
I asked them, you need to trust me. I know it's very difficult to trust an adult, but if I say it's blue, and let's go with it
Mhm.
until you can prove me differently. And they did. and they buy into it, and they went all out at 150, and they did very well.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So it to me, it's like I looked at it, it's like this is a good thing, not for everyone, but for students that had the desire and the wants to become better.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So um, 3 of the 7 times we both management and culinary, so we were able to bring both teams to
That's
us.
awesome.
California, Texas, and I believe
Minneapolis, too.
Minneapolis, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then for competition,
Mm-hmm.
Chef Sant, like he's with us right through and through for practice, but come competition, Chef Santos is somewhere else. Like his heart is probably racing out of his chest.
The days of the competition,
You guys
I
got it.
disappear.
Yes,
Yeah.
you just
I
disappear.
stay away from it. I know that I'm on your head, and the Chef Santos is like, duck, duck, duck.
Yeah.
I'm there, but I'm away from you, because that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
I give you my all, then I'll step back and I'll let you do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's very difficult to do.
it is.
It's like seeing your kid teaching your kid how to walk.
I know.
You know they're gonna fall and fall
Yeah.
off, but that's how you.
It's
learn.
all part of it.
It's part of the learning experience.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What piece of advice would you give your younger self if you could go back in time and give yourself that one advice that you wish you had?
I would say that there's no absolute. You know, we think that it's a linear from here to here. You go to school, you become a chef or a doctor, and you're done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so up and down, left and right. And one door will open, 5 will close in your face, and you have to be persistent.
Yeah.
And I had a hard time understanding that. It's like, because it's like, I'm not becoming. It's just waiting for that time that you become. So
Mm-hmm.
you never know until you're there.
Yeah.
And it will happen. It's work hard, and it will happen. So I would say, remember, there's no absolute. It's not a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
So go with it. Keep trying. It's gonna come. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's great advice. And just quick before we have to end, I know it's so soon, but your favorite place to travel, if you could go back and travel anywhere, what is your go-to spot?
I'll go back to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
I came here to Johnson and Wales, said 2 years, and I go back to the island.
Mm-hmm.
It's been almost 40,
Wow.
Wow.
and I'm glad I did, and I have no regrets. But I have a house there now, and whenever I have the opportunity, we just go back home.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys still have the farm, or
No.
you don't have a farm? No farm.
Well, thank you so much, Chef Santos, for
for having me.
talking to us today. And you can catch us on the WPRI 12 Plus app every Friday at 3 p.m. and every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Thanks for tuning in today.